I honestly thought we'd never see the day, yet here we are. This is the first time in human history where there is undeniable proof that something made in China is actually better quality than the same product made in the USA. Congratulations, China. You nailed it.
Hey guys, welcome back to Liminal Period. It's your girl, Chun-Li Shoddy. The intro clip of today's video was clipped from a video that Tom MacDonald posted on his TikTok. If you guys aren't familiar, Tom MacDonald is a Canadian rapper musician, and some might say he's controversial because he calls out a lot of BS and what's wrong with society within his music. Last year, he had a chart-topping song with Ben Shapiro called Facts. If you guys haven't had a chance to listen to it, I highly recommend it. Today, I actually want to share his video because I thought his take was actually a very interesting one, and one that I actually agree with. A lot of times in the West, we think that we're the best at everything. So to have him say that the Eastern culture is getting transgender better or right compared to the West is actually refreshing. In today's video, I want to share a couple of things that I think is actually progressive within the trans community within Thailand, okay? And I'm going to be talking about Thailand specifically because they're the most sexually liberated Asian country. Earlier this week, Thailand became the first Asian country to allow gay marriages. And that's actually a very big step forward, even though the trans community and Ladyboy community has existed within Thailand. So today I've gathered a couple of clips from Ladyboys and people in Thailand just so we can get a little bit more understanding of how transgender or Ladyboys specifically are viewed within the Thailand society. Let's get into it.
If anybody were to look at you, you look like a woman. Are you a woman?
No, I'm not a woman. In Thai, we call KHATOEY. So it's say another word in English is like a ladyboy, transgender, something like that. Yes, I know how I was born, right? I was born like this, like having dick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
But inside, I always feel like a girl. But what I see right now, I'm not a real woman. This is like what I think, but how I grow up, I think I just feel like lady. I just feel like I wanna do something like a girl doing. Yeah. It's like everyone feel the same who are like transgender. Yeah.
See.
So the person you see answering this question on whether or not they view themselves as a woman or not is actually one of Thailand's most famous KHATOEYs or ladyboys. And the fact that she can look the way she looks and see herself in the mirror every day and everyone around her acknowledges her beauty, but at the same time still acknowledge the fact that biologically she is not a woman. She understands that she is something different. And that's why I say this is something that I think in the West we can learn from. By acknowledging the biological differences, we can actually then treat each other more fairly, be able to understand each other's challenges and issues more clearly so that we can address them more accurately. Okay? So again, I think that sometimes just understanding the truth is critical because that is the foundation that everything else is built upon.
And okay, you are a woman for me. Or you are a ladyboy. Yes, you are a ladyboy for me. Yeah, something like that. So why not?
Moving on to the next questions.
What is a woman for you?
Woman for me, oh my god, it's quite extensive meaning for me. But my opinion, I think woman is attitude. Yeah.
And do you consider yourself to be a woman?
Not really. I'm not considering myself as a woman because I'm comfortable with to be KHATOEY because I can live my life easier than being a woman.
What do you mean by that? Why is it easier?
I was gonna say that.
Oh yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
The word that
When you say
easier, live easier than women, right? I mean like the people in Thailand, they might assume me like, oh, you dress like a woman, so you have to act like the woman, like by natural woman, right? But I'm not being like acting like a woman. I want to be by myself, like I can do whatever I want to do, not just woman act.
Okay. And so would you consider yourself, is that like a third gender, would you say? Or
Yeah, other gender.
Okay.
So similarly to the first interview, this ladyboy also does not consider themselves a woman, not a natural born woman. Okay, they understand that maybe they want to dress and look like a woman, maybe they feel like a woman on the inside within their attitude, like she mentioned. However, she understands that she is a ladyboy and is very comfortable and happy within that own lane. Okay, not having to fall under any type of gender conformity or social construct. So I think, once again, if the West was able to understand that and was able to acknowledge the differences, the actual differences, and not just try to lump us all into one, then again, you might be able to actually bridge that conversation with acceptance.
What are your thoughts of, in America, for example, a lot of the trans community consider themselves, like if they transition, like they are a woman. If you believe you're a woman, you are a woman. And if you believe you're a man, you are a man. What are your thoughts on that?
If someone told me they're women or men, I would be respect them and treat them as a woman or man as well. But myself, I define myself as KHATOEY, so.
I think that last response really shows how the Thai people feel about ladyboys, right? Even the ladyboys themselves, again, understand that they are someone different. They are of that third kind, right? But at the same time, if there was another person that wanted to identify as a woman or a man, then they would just treat them with respect no matter what. And I think that's something that in America, like, we can learn from, or even the West, we can learn from, is that just treating each other with human dignity and respect in all facets, not just respecting of your pronoun, but also respecting each other's safety and each other's personal spaces. That is something that I think the trans community in the West can learn from. Instead of just trying to come into our spaces, a lot of times just understand that, hey, we might not see eye to eye on everything. And by being aware of that, I think, again, we can agree to disagree and make progress. But if you're just trying to get everyone to agree with you, then we're going to be at a stalemate, right? And that's where we're at. So anyways, I think it's going to be really helpful for us to understand a little bit more about the Thai culture. And again, because it's a societal thing, societal acceptance and toleration. And I think the topic of culture is such a vast conversation. And obviously, I'm not Thai. I found a clip that really summarizes the Thai culture and how they view KHATOEYs within society. So.
Thailand, the country of Buddhism. 95% of the population are Buddhists, and almost all men enter temples and become monks at least once in their lives. It is a very religious country, but also home to sexual minorities, especially those of transgender sexual orientation. So why are there so many LGBTQs in Thailand? In Thailand, Miss Tiffany Universe, a transgender beauty competition, has been held for more than 20 years, and the competition show is broadcasted through Thai television. LGBTQ people seem to be so socially accepted to the extent that even the Thai tourism organization launched a campaign called Go Thai Be Free to attract LGBTQ tourists. Ironically, however, Thailand is a conservative country when it comes to sex. You're conservative about sex but openly accept sexual minorities? What's going on? There are many explanations for this phenomenon, but understanding Thai's social climate seems to provide the most reasonable explanation. First of all, Thai means free, so Thailand's name actually means free land. It is said that Thai people value freedom and respect the freedom of choice of others, and therefore it is easier to change sex than other countries. Secondly, Thai people, of whom 95% of the population believes in Buddhism, view LGBTQ from the perspective of karma. Living as a sexual minority is therefore thought to be the result of the person's karma, and that it should be viewed and considered by others with the eyes of mercy. In all, the number of LGBTQs have increased as a result of greater societal acceptance due to this traditional Buddhist perspective towards LGBTQs, in addition to a general social atmosphere that respects freedom. In other words, because there is less discrimination against LGBTQ people, many people decide to come out and live freely as LGBTQ people. Of course, there may also be economic reasons.
So yes, within society and between other Thai people, there will be that respect. However, legally, as a transgender or as a ladyboy within Thailand, you are still going to register all of your legal documentations with your birth sex. Okay. And that's also true when it comes to military inscription, right? So within Thailand, there is a lottery system. And even if you are a ladyboy, you are still required to register unless you are deemed mentally ill and having mental dysphoria by a psychologist. And a lot of ladyboys are accepted into society. They're not seen as that. So a lot of them do go and register. Again, it's a lottery system. And so likelihood of you actually getting accepted, maybe not that high, but the fact that they are still required to do so, I think it shows a little bit more of that equality aspect. So I hope that clip added a little bit more context as to why the Thai society might be a little bit more accepting of ladyboys, right? Again, they're creating different spaces for ladyboys to also thrive in. I want to go back to the pageant. Miss Tiffany is a Thai national transgender women pageant. And in America, we don't really have anything like that, right? Outside of RuPaul's Drag Race, there's not a national pageant that the transgender community has really set up for them to compete against themselves. We don't do it in sports either. And whenever that is proposed, a lot of transgender people say that, no, I want to compete with actual women. And I don't understand that. How come ladyboys, the one in Thailand, who actually really do look pretty close, if we're just going off of physical appearance, to what women are, but even then they understand that they are different and that they might have a disadvantage, they might have an advantage, and therefore is unfair. So either way you want to read it, give me my own lane. Let me create my own lane. Let's pioneer this, okay? So within America, a quarter of Gen Z identify with something along the LGBTQ spectrum. So I don't understand why, again, they're not just pioneering this new space, this new lane. And within the West, we also see issues with transgender women erasing women from sports. We see Leah Thomas, Laurel Hubbard, Fallon Fox. There are a different number of transgender athletes that just refuse to compete with other transgender female or other people within the transgender community or people that are matching of their biological sex. And again, I don't understand that. I want to share a couple of boxers that, again, Thailand got right. So the first fighter I'm actually going to show you guys is Nong Rose, and this is a transgender or ladyboy Muay Thai.
Interesting to hear, of course, we got the transgender girl on the right, and it looks bizarre, right? It looks like a guy fighting a girl, but they're both biologically males, so...
Second fighter I'm showing you guys is going to be NONG TOOM. So yeah, it's been happening for a hot minute where they are allowing ladyboys and transgender to still compete within sports, and Muay Thai is a very popular sport. And again, you can still fight. You just gotta fight with someone that matches your biology. So I think there's a few things that we can learn from the Thai community as far as how we view transgender people. Again, I'm not saying that they're perfect, but definitely the way that we're moving right now as the West, it's not working. Okay, we can't just simply allow anyone to identify as a woman, even if they still have their man bits hanging. We can't do that. We can't just let men with full-grown beard shave in the women locker room at Planet Fitness. We can't do that. We can't let a 6'5" tall Leah Thomas or any other transgender male to female athlete just kick all of the female athletes' asses after they've been trying all of their lives. So I don't know. I don't understand, again, why we don't just create separate spaces or a different division, a different lane for people who might identify as a different gender or a different sex. I hope you guys enjoyed this compilation. I've enjoyed this conversation, and I look forward to speaking again with you guys next time. Bye.